Welcome to the OSBT Standard Procedure 018 Return to Work, Employee Education. Return to Work, the purpose. The Return to Work program at OSBT provides assistance to employees to return to work following absence due to illness or injury, also referred to as RTW, or early return to work. Describes an employee or partner who is unable to return to work to his or her regular work assignment until he or she is fully recovered. Benefits of an early return to work program: lower workers' compensation costs, decrease employee time away from work, reduce turnover, strengthen employee relations, boosted employee morale, improved overall productivity, enhanced company image, and lastly, incentives to cross-train employees for greater flexibility. Reference: in 2002, OSHA revised the record-keeping practice to begin tracking cases involving days away from work, regardless of the number of days, as well as restricted or transferred work, placing additional requirement on employers to keep the number of lost time cases low. Responsibilities: health, safety, security, and environmental. Implement the Return to Work program and manage the changes to the Return to Work program. And lastly, OSHA lost time reporting responsibilities. Responsibilities for human resources: thoroughly interacts with employee and supervisor at every stage of overall process, informs injured employee and supervisor of rights and responsibilities under the workers' compensation law, maintains documentation and data on status of claims and trends, contact workers' comp claims adjuster on each potential or actual lost time injury to inform and discuss transitional duty available. And lastly, upon the recovery of the employee's return to work, review the restricted work release and confirm the information needed to assign transitional duty. Responsibilities for the managers and supervisors: while employees often do not return to their regular jobs, managers and supervisors should actively create light-duty early return to work programs such as mentor junior employees, provide support, and produce goods and services in a limited capacity. Managers and supervisors continue. Coordinates the return to work activity, conducts initial investigation, completes all needed paperwork, informs employees of return to work program guidelines and practices, maintains daily contact with injured worker and doctor for work restrictions, assists in assigning or developing modified work for employee, identifies and offers modified duty assignment, and monitors recovery through incoming medical work restrictions. Responsibilities of the employees: in many cases, employees returned for shorter shifts, allowing for physical reconditioning as they gradually return to full capacity. Responsibilities for injured employees: reports injury immediately to supervisor, completes all needed paperwork as soon as possible, follows return to work guidelines and practices, initiates daily contact with employer, provides regular updated on health condition, medical status, and restrictions issued, returns to modified duty that is within medical restrictions as set by the doctors. Responsibilities for subcontractors and partners: they report injuries immediately to OSBT, completes all needed paperwork as soon as possible, follows the OSBT return to work guidelines and practices, maintains contact with OSBT, provides regular updates on health condition, medical status, and restrictions issued, returns to modified duty that is within medical restrictions as set by the doctor. General requirements. Transitional duty allows workers who are unable to perform their normal job duties because of injury or illness to return to work in temporary modified duty capacity. Transitional duty can also help decrease insurance overhead, hiring and job training costs, use of non-essential medical treatments, injury rates, frequency of lost time claims, litigation costs, fraud, and abuse. By allowing workers to return in a temporary modified role, companies can maintain an experienced workforce, maintain production, workflow, and quality standards, stabilize wage and production expenses, improve compliance with state and federal employment regulations, improve morale and self-esteem, accelerate, improve recovery. Standard operating procedure. Successful return to work involves a partnership between employers and employees. Your employer is likely to be trying to strike the right balance between supporting you and making sure the work gets done. As an employee, your active participation in your return to work program will be critical to its success. Good communication with those involved in coordinating return to work is essential. Keeping in contact with your employer. Although it may feel very difficult, try and stay in touch with your employer. As well as resolving any issues around sick leave, it can help you to feel less isolated. Keeping in contact can also help make returning to work less difficult. There are many options for keeping in touch, including emails, phone calls, attending work social events, and coming in for a cup of tea or coffee. Discussing your return to work. Talk to your supervisor, human resources, or the person coordinating return to work and raise any concerns you might have. The discussion will probably need to cover what your tasks and responsibilities will be, any work activities that may trigger stress, and what helps to reduce or manage this, the effects of any medications you are taking and how these might impact your work, how much they can disclose to work colleagues, barriers to a safe and early return to work, any specific needs you have, time off to attend appointments, and ability to do the job in the same way as before becoming unwell. Managing an ongoing health problem. There are several things that can help you manage your mental health once you're back at work. Learn the symptoms and triggers of your health problem. You should understand that health problems are sometimes unpredictable and that their impact on both cognitive and interpersonal functioning may make work a challenge. Learn techniques for stressful management such as exercise, relaxation, and meditation. Ask for support when you need it, whether from family, colleagues, or supervisors. Have an agreed plan with your supervisor to manage the possibility of relapse. Communicating with your healthcare professional. Have a discussion with your healthcare professional about how to approach your return to work and manage your health problem in the workplace. Discuss any adjustments to your work that may be needed on a temporary or permanent basis. If you are taking medication, discuss how any side effects may affect your work. Furthermore, make sure you report any participation and activity limitations that are a result of your health problem and which may affect your work. Keep your health professional well informed during the return to work process. OSBT will implement and train our employees and partners on the Return to Work program as the best practice for reducing workers' compensation costs. This concludes the Return to Work policy training. Please copy and paste the test link into your browser and begin the quiz.